Chapter Steps to Realization, Part 4. We have now seen what mumukshutva, or the desire to be free, is. The next training is also a very difficult one. Nitya Nitya Viveka, discriminating between that which is true and that which is untrue, between the eternal and the transitory. God alone is eternal, everything else is transitory. Everything dies, the angels die, men die, animals die, earth die, sun, moon, and stars all die. Everything undergoes constant change. The mountains of today were the oceans of yesterday and will be oceans tomorrow. Everything is in a state of flux. The whole universe is a mass of change. But there is one who never changes, and that is God. And the nearer we get to Him, the less will be the change for us, the less will nature be able to work on us. And when we reach Him and stand with Him, we shall conquer nature. We shall be masters of these phenomena of nature, and they will have no effect on us. You see, if we really have undergone the above discipline, we really do not require anything else in this world. All knowledge is within us, all perfection is there already in the soul. But this perfection has been covered up by nature. Layer after layer of nature is covering this purity of the soul. What have we to do? Really, we do not develop our souls at all. What can develop the perfect? We simply take the evil off, and the soul manifests itself in its pristine purity, its natural innate freedom. Now begins the inquiry. Why is this discipline so necessary? Because religion is not attained through the ears, nor through the eyes, nor yet through the brain. No scriptures can make us religious. We may study all the books that are in the world, yet we may not understand a word of religion or of God. We may talk all our lives and yet may not be the better for it. We may be the most intellectual people the world ever saw, and yet we may not come to God at all. On the other hand, have you not seen what irreligious men have been produced from the most intellectual training? It is one of the evils of your Western civilization that you are after intellectual education alone and take no care of the heart. It only makes men 10 times more selfish, and that will be your destruction. When there is conflict between the heart and the brain, let the heart be followed, because intellect has only one state, reason, and within that, intellect works and cannot get beyond. It is the heart which takes one to the highest plane, which intellect can never reach. It goes beyond intellect and reaches to what is called inspiration. Intellect can never become inspired, and only the heart, when it is enlightened, becomes inspired. An intellectual, heartless man never becomes an inspired man. It is always the heart that speaks in the man of love. It discovers a greater instrument than intellect can give you, the instrument of inspiration. Just as the intellect is the instrument of knowledge, so is the heart the instrument of inspiration. In a lower state, it is a much weaker instrument than intellect. An ignorant man knows nothing, but he is a little emotional by nature. Compare him with a great professor, what powerful power the latter possesses. But the professor is bound by his intellect, and he can be a devil and an intellectual man at the same time. But the man of heart can never be a devil. No man with emotion was ever a devil. Properly cultivated, the heart can be changed and will go beyond intellect. It will be changed into inspiration. Man will have to go beyond intellect in the end. The knowledge of man, his powers of perception, of reasoning, and intellect and heart, all are busy churning this milk of the world. Out of long churning comes butter, and this butter is God. Men of heart get the butter, and the buttermilk is left for the intellectual. These are all preparations for the heart, for that love, for that intense sympathy appertaining to the heart. It is not at all necessary to be educated or learned to get to God. A sage once told me to kill others, one must be equipped with swords and shields, but to commit suicide, a needle is sufficient. So, to teach others, much intellect and learning are necessary, but not so for your own self illumination. Are you pure? If you are pure, you will reach God. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. If you are not pure and you know all the sciences in the world, that will not help you at all. You may be buried in all the books you read, but that will not be of much use. It is the heart that reaches the goal. Follow the heart. A pure heart sees beyond the intellect. It gets inspired. It knows things that reason can never know. And whenever there is a conflict between the pure heart and the intellect, always side with the pure heart, even if you think what your heart is doing is unreasonable. When it is desirous of doing good to others, your brain may tell you it is not politic to do so, but follow your heart. You will find that you make less mistakes than by following your intellect. The pure heart is the best mirror for the reflection of truth. So, all these disciplines are for the purification of the heart. And as soon as it is pure, all truths flash upon it in a minute. All truth in the universe will manifest in your heart if you are sufficiently pure.